Good afternoon, everyone. Romney Smith at WTOC for the News Now, bringing you local, regional, and state headlines of things that we're paying attention to right now. Woo, that scanner's loud. Billy, can we get that turned down a little bit? Sorry, y'all. Anyway, so we have a lot going on right now. We are on various platforms, including our website, the apps, Amazon Fire, Roku, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you so much for those of you who are on Facebook. I see your emojis. I see you here. I know. Technical difficulties. Lots of sounds in the newsrooms. All right, so imagine the school system. If you have a child telling you that your kid has to attend summer school. Well, you have to make travel arrangements. You might even have to change your work schedule. And then imagine being told it was all a mistake. That's actually what happened in Savannah Chatham schools. I caught WTOC's Meredith Parker literally right as she was walking into the newsroom for a preview of her story.
Hey digital team, so yes, I have about 20 seconds. I'm going to pop my lunch into this microwave, but I'm going to tell you the story that I've been working on today. So Savannah Chatham County Schools are telling us that they sent 1,600 kids a report card that said they failed. And this is at 32 schools. Let me tell you, there's 34 schools in our district, but they actually didn't fail the grade. They passed. So this error has definitely ruined a lot of people's summers and has caused a lot of inconvenience. I'm getting to the bottom of it, and I'm bringing you answers on the news at 5 and 6. See you then.
So her stories are coming up tonight, and you don't want to miss it. All right, over to the Low Country now, because we love our South Carolina viewers. We are less than a week out from the South Carolina primary, and the race for governor is heated. In fact, the candidates are ramping up their attacks against each other. Current Governor Henry McMaster had to fend off attacks from both Catherine Templeton and John Warren at a Republican debate last night, before Templeton and Warren then turned on each other. Here's just a small piece of it, in case you missed it.
You know, John, you're just not who you say you are. And being pro-life is not a political thing for me. It's a personal thing. Everyone knows the story about the difficult pregnancy I had with our twins. But you signed the personhood pledge, and then 3 days ago, which makes no exception for life, and then 3 days ago, you were on record saying you make an exception for what the personhood people consider murder.
What has happened this week is I continue to climb in the polls, and it's because I'm the messenger of the conservative movement of South Carolina. And what happens when you climb in the polls? You get attacked. And the attack ads are coming because my opponents, their support and their campaigns are crumbling like our roads and our bridges.
And I think it's good to stick with the truth and don't tell half-truths and don't leave out part of the story. So there are a lot of, it's actually harder to find, Ms. Templeton's ad particularly harder to find the truth about me or even about her. I think we got a new industry brewing in South Carolina. It's called fact checkers. I think they're on the way here.
None of my friends to my left have attacked me because they all like me. But we have driven this debate. We hear rhetoric and you see a record of action. I wrote the personhood bill. They all signed the pledge.
The South Carolina primary election is Tuesday, and WTOC will have team coverage for you. Switching gears back to the Chatham County area, a deadly crash, actually this is in Long County, a deadly crash in Long County this morning claimed the life of a local man. A man was killed after being hit by a vehicle on Highway 84 near mile marker 13. Law enforcement says 47-year-old Arthur Foster was traveling eastbound on Highway 84 shortly after 5:30 a.m. when he experienced car trouble. They say Foster partially pulled over onto the shoulder of the road, leaving the rear of his truck exposed on the highway. He got out of the truck to try to warn oncoming drivers, and unfortunately he was hit by another driver. Foster died at the scene. That accident is still under investigation. WTOC is learning that the suspect wanted in connection to a homicide in Statesboro has turned himself in. 16-year-old Eric Nicholas turned himself in to police yesterday afternoon. He was wanted for the deadly shooting of 19-year-old Tamashe Jones at the Park Place Villas Friday night. Police say the teenagers had previous issues, and the host of the party told them to leave and settle their problem outside. And of course, one of them wound up dead, and now 16-year-old Eric Nicholas turned himself in to police. Switching gears completely to weather, we are absolutely loving the warm temperatures. Most of us, that is, not everyone, I know. But here's a breakdown of what you can expect this afternoon and later on in the work week. WTOC meteorologist Andrew Gordon, our newest meteorologist, has your forecast.
Well, hey everybody, another beautiful beach day. High temperatures on the beaches, mid to upper 80s. Next high tide coming up to 37, just over 6 feet, and then low tide this evening at 8:39. over 1 foot, coming in just under 1.5 feet. Rain chances are going to be held to our southern communities as we go to the afternoon and evening hours. Mostly dry, though, for most of us today. That's going to be the trend for the next couple of days. It is National Running Day. If you missed it this morning, another nice running window for us this evening. It'll be pretty dry. Temperatures in the low 80s just before sunset. Very nice. Then over the next couple of days, rain chances remain at about 20% as we go to the weekend. Goes up just a little bit. High temperatures fluctuating just a little bit, still near 90 for about the next week, and those rain chances going up Sunday into next week.
All right, that's good to know. So I always tell you guys that you can reach out to us on Facebook for your comments. We've got several going on today in reference to the story talking about the school system and how the Savannah Chatham school system now saying 1,600 kids that were originally told they had to go to summer school now don't have to. We're getting reaction on that. Eddie Mosley saying, and not a single parent got with their child's teacher or their own child and said, what's up with your grade? Wow, maybe I need to speak with your teacher. I can absolutely assure you that's false, because we actually have parents of students who work at WTOC who questioned it and spoke with the parents and said, I knew this sounded funny, but then if the school system's saying you have to go to summer school, you tend to believe it because it will affect your kid's grade if you don't go to summer school. So I reject that not one parent did, because I know of at least 2 that did. So to your point, I'll just say you're wrong. Some parents did question it, but again, if the school system tells you something, you have to go with it because it could affect your kid in the future, or the school system could hold your kid back. So there you go, Mr. Mosley. There's your answer to that. Jerome Johnson saying, my child was one of them. They ought to be ashamed. You will hear from the school system later on tonight with Meredith's story. Other people weighing in on different stories, saying, glad that passed. Let's see. And then lots of hellos and waves. We certainly appreciate all you guys paying attention to us. All right, guys. So we have a lot, as you can tell, that we're working on right now. We will be on air at 4, 5, 5:36. And 7 o'clock tonight with even more news for you, live team coverage on a lot of different events that we have going on. So stick with us. And of course, if you want to get to us on air and online, we are at WTOC.com, as well as various social media pages, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. See you later.